Let's take a look at today's headlines from Houston. I'm Sherman Chow. Katy Pride has found a new location for its annual celebration this weekend. The organization breathing a sigh of relief after Typhoon Texas suddenly said it would not host the LGBTQ+ event as planned because of security concerns. The event will now be held at Bear Creek Rodeo Arena, and Orko Mana has more.
The LGBTQ community and our allies, we don't deserve this.
Katy Pride President Amanda Rose today talking about Typhoon Texas's abrupt cancellation of their Pride celebration. The water park telling KHOU 11 that they pulled out due to safety concerns after people made threatening phone calls and showed up in person.
So I really would have appreciated if they would have sat down and said, this is what's happening, we're getting these calls, or, we have these concerns, and let's try to work together as community partners.
But the Katy police chief tells KHOU 11 while they were aware of protests planned at Typhoon Texas, they had no knowledge of any credible threats. So hearing that from the police, what's your reaction to that?
I know there's no credible threats. I'm glad Katy police is speaking up and saying that because that is what the truth is. It's just the hate speech. People like to be keyboard warriors and say a lot of things.
But now Katy Pride has a new home for its Saturday event. How does it feel knowing that you have a venue for Saturday?
It feels great, and the uncertainty, it's been about 24 hours with the uncertainty, but it feels awesome that we have a venue. The community really stepped up, and we give a lot of thanks to Precinct 4 and Leslie Briones because they immediately stepped in and said, how can we help? What can we do for you?
Commissioner Briones sending KHOU 11 a statement saying, quote, when we learned about the last-minute venue cancellation of Katy Pride, my team and I went to work. We are thrilled to share that Bear Creek Pioneers Park will host the event. I will always advocate for equality, and I will always stand with Harris County's LGBTQ+ community.
We're not going away. We will continue to be here.
And that was Orko Mana reporting. We are hearing more from immigrants' rights group FIEL after some tense moments at Houston City Council. During the meeting Wednesday, HPD Chief Noe Diaz explained how a missing teen ended up in federal custody. That teen is 15-year-old Emmanuel Gonzalez Garcia. Cesar Espinosa, the executive director of FIEL, wants the teen returned to his mother. He says neither FIEL nor the boy's mother have been given much information from HPD or the Federal Office of Refugee Resettlement. Wednesday, Espinosa was removed from council chambers. This after Chief Diaz said police reports show the teen had run away several times before. This time gave authorities a false name, preventing reunification with his mother, and suggested the teen is not autistic.
I want to see Chief Noe Diaz medical diploma, or who he consulted with to come up with that lie. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't know Emmanuel. He hasn't spent Emmanuel. He didn't bother to go see Emmanuel at Texas Children. He didn't bother to reach out to mom after the fact.
The chief acknowledged he is not a doctor, but said he knows when someone communicates normally and showed City Council a 20-minute HPD video which reportedly shows the teen doing that. Espinosa claims that the chief gave false information about the teen and his mother. KHOU 11 asked Chief Diaz for comments about all of this, but he has not responded. Burn bans continue to pop up across our area and the state. The drought is forcing ranchers and farmers to make some tough calls. Ron Trevino shows us how one rancher is getting by.
Girl, y'all looking for more feed?
Russell Trefney's cattle gathering in the shade, a lot more appealing than the scorched earth.
So it's pretty bad out here.
This is bad. This pasture's bad. It's one of them areas that did not catch any rain, Ron.
He's been forced to bring in more feed. At $13 a bag, it adds up quickly. You're having to do that more this year.
Yes, we're, these cows probably getting about 10 pounds a week, supplemental feeding.
Because there's not enough grass.
Not enough grass, and it's so cotton picking dry.
Trefney knows droughts and he knows floods. His family has raised cattle and grown crops in Weimar for 5 generations. He says his great-great-grandfather bought this land from someone who won it in a poker game. But the real gamble now, the Texas weather. This is how bad things have gotten in Colorado County. I'm walking in the middle of a cornfield, a very dry cornfield. The stalks should be this high. Instead, they're barely 3 feet tall. Then there's his pecan crop. Here's a tree that died this year, and the pecans themselves dry and empty. Monetarily, what's the loss?
30, 40, maybe $50,000. It adds up. It adds up due to this dry weather that we're having right now, Ron.
As bad as it's been here, it's much worse in other parts of Texas. A look at the map. Extreme drought in some parts. Russell Baining is president of the Texas Farm Bureau. Do you think that the current drought conditions are going to drive some farmers and ranchers out of the business?
If we don't, well, yes, it's just a matter of how many and how much, Ron. Yeah, and it depends on how long does it last.
Meanwhile, back on the Trefney Ranch, those rain clouds or no?
They said we got a 10 to 20% chance today for a tenth.
That doesn't sound like much.
That's not much.
They're praying for rain.
Woo!
In Weimar, in Colorado County, Ron Trevino, KHOU 11 News.
Houston getting ready to welcome all of the fans for the World Cup next year, and the Dynamo and Shell Energy Stadium say they are not waiting to get that ball rolling. The fun starts in December with the Houston Soccer Celebration Kickoff. During our extended morning newscast on KHOU 11 Plus this week, the stadium team announced a free family event December the 6th at Shell Energy Stadium. It's part of Houston's World Cup countdown with games, giveaways, a kids' soccer clinic, and even a chance to step onto the Dynamo's home field. It all happens the day after the World Cup draw with prizes for fans filling out their brackets.
We've got an incredible sports atmosphere here in the city of Houston. We've got great teams across all kinds of sports, and again, this is the world's biggest sporting event. I think everybody's going to want to be involved in that. I think that's really important to remember too, though, is this is going to be a lot of people's first opportunity really to discover soccer.
The stadium is partnering with MD Anderson and the Houston Food Bank. Houston is hosting 7 World Cup matches next summer at NRG. A pumpkin theft caught on camera, and now an unexpected twist. The people behind it coming forward to apologize. Stephen Goen shows us how a Katy church turned it into a moment of grace.
An update on the pumpkin theft.
For Reverend Heather Tollison, it was a welcome surprise.
I was not expecting anybody to come forward.
Just a few days after she spoke to KHOU 11 and shared this video of people stealing pumpkins from the fall fundraiser at First Christian Church Katy, these two came forward.
They came back twice to make sure that they could apologize and pay for these pumpkins.
And Tollison says there's only forgiveness in her heart.
Absolutely. They could have just sent a random donation online, but they really owned up to what they had done.
What did they have to say?
They were going to use them to surprise somebody and then felt really, really bad after it happened. Had intended to come by earlier before we posted everything on social and make some kind of donation, but the day just had gotten away from them.
It happened at the church's annual Pumpkin Patch fundraiser, one of their biggest of the year. After Tollison's video about the theft,
You shared our post. You helped hold people accountable.
she says even more visitors came out to show their support and much needed donations were made.
Thousands of dollars in donations, which is amazing because it's going to go straight back into funding things like the food pantry. We've had a huge response actually from people who need it.
At the end of the day, a silver lining to a situation that started like this and ended with accountability.
I hope this just serves as a picture of what community can really be and how we can call one another out and yet still love each other through all of it.
In Harris County, Stephen Goen, KHOU 11 News.
And that is a wrap of your Houston headlines. I'm Sherman Chow.